And see, Lithuania and Poland will be the first countries on the men's stage, men's final stage. Poland in the bright red tabard, Lithuania in the dark red circle, and they're doing a little bit of show for all the fans before they head into their bout. As I was saying, Lithuania in the dark red circle with the golden glyph on the chest. On the left-hand side, on list number 1, the fight between Quebec and England has just started in this very moment. And we'll take a quick look at the women slugging it out. Very quick starters. We've already seen it in the preliminary stages by the English fighter, trying to get a quick head start over her opponent.
I również bardzo gorący doping dla naszych pań rycerek w oczekiwaniu na
the Quebec fighter seems to be a little lighter on her feet, moving in very quickly, trying to change the distance. On the right hand side, on list number 2, the fight between Poland and Lithuania has just started. Here we are with Poland versus Lithuania. And that is pure speed. Just look at that.
To samo można powiedzieć o naszym polskim reprezentancie, który też nie ustępuje mu na krok, więc jest to walka bardzo wyrównana.
Women's fight is already halted.
Bardzo takie zwinne ciosy, dużo ciosów wprowadzonych
We do not miss anything that's going on list number 1. Focus. We can focus on this duel between Lithuania and Poland. So far, I'm giving the edge to the Polish fighter. He seems to have landed the better strikes so far, but these two guys are really just striking it out, really outstriking each other in this slugfest. And I'm wondering how they will deal with the ground conditions, because it's been raining earlier today, and although the sun is coming out now, as we head into the break, although the sun is coming out now, the ground is still very slippery and not the easiest ground to work on with the authentic shoes these fighters are wearing.
Ale kobiety już się przygotowują. Tu walka, proszę Państwa, jak się wszystko zmienia, jak w kalejdoskopie. Panie już zaczynają walczyć.
Take a look back at this number 1. We will see that the fight is about to recommence between England and Quebec.
Powiedzcie, komu tylko możecie, ściągnijcie przez możliwe różne współczesne środki komunikacji.
We stick with the fight between Poland and Lithuania, which is just in the intermission. No, we're back at list number 1. England in the white and red circle, Quebec in white and blue. She's almost dropped her weapon there, only holding it with one hand, not having a good grip at her sword at the moment. She's got it now. Good strike to the head from the Quebec fighter. And they create some distance. Now they'll set their attacks up anew. And she's trying to go for a takedown. She doesn't get the right grip on her opponent though. Pardon me. And they're tied up now in the middle of the list. And that is it for the second round. And we head back into the respective corners just in time to see the fight between Poland and Lithuania hopefully recommence now for the second round. And here we go with Poland versus Lithuania just recommencing on list number 2. There we are again. And there we get to enjoy the full beauty and full brutality of this sport, ladies and gentlemen. Lithuania now on the left, Poland now on the right. And just look at that speed, absolutely astonishing. good shots to the head now of the Lithuanian fighter. Close call for the ref there. Almost got hit, caught in the action. And on list number 1, we already have a decision. But we stick with this fight here. On list number 1, the win goes to Quebec. And that is it for round number 2 between Poland and Lithuania. Very exciting fight so far. The peak of sword control, if I may say so. Curious whether this fight will head into a third round or not. As we've seen before, Quebec versus England did not. Apparently the two fighters are in mutual agreement that this fight should be over by now. They've both got rid of their gauntlets. They're just waiting for the official result. They're already working on getting rid of the helmet as well, as it seems. Yes, there we are.
The next pair will be Poland versus Japan. Please report to the list.
So we have a result. And the winner of the bout between Lithuania and Poland is Poland! Win for Poland in front of the home crowd and advancing to the next round. And on the left-hand side of the list, now we can see the next fighters entering the arena. And that next bout will be Japan versus Poland. Remember, we are now in the women's category again. List number 1, the women. List number 2, the men. And on list number 1 now, the fight between Poland on the left-hand side in the red surcoat and Japan on the right-hand side in the white surcoat. And the visor has popped open of the Polish fighter. That should result in an interruption, and it does. Visor popped open after a strike. I think it's closed again now. Her opponent actually struck his shot. And now we're ready to go again.
Walczy z zawodniczką z Japonii. Nie bądźmy cicho w związku z tym na trybunach. Niech ta wrzawa, tak jak naszemu reprezentantowi pomoże. Tak samo głośno dopingujmy, jedynie patrzmy się w drugą stronę.
That's the end of round number 1 on list number 1 between Japan and Poland. I'm giving the slight edge in this first round to the Japan fighter. Landed some very, very nice shots on her opponent. But we'll have to see how the judges scored this fight. We take a quick look at list number 2. There's the fight going on between Austria and Spain in the men's long sword category, 1 versus 1. And I assume that's going to be a very, very close fight. Both fighters have proven their speed and strength in the early stages of this tournament. And both fighters have a very, very good defense. Austria in the black surcoat with the red and white stripes. Spain in the red surcoat with the yellow stripe over the chest and back. Nice combination there from the Austrian fighter. And they head back to their respective corners for the intermission after the first round. And that gives us the chance to head back to list number 1, where we can see that the fight between Japan and Poland is about to recommence now. And here we go again with the second round. Poland now on the left-hand side, Japan on the right. And again, a very cautious start to this round. Neither fighter wants to make a mistake. Good shot to the head of the Japanese fighter. And an interruption. And again, the visor of the Polish fighter has popped open. And now the ref wants that to be fixed. He considers it too dangerous. There has to be a repair made on the helmet of the Polish fighter. And if I see correctly on list number 2, the fight between Austria and Spain is recommencing at this very moment. There we are again with the fight between Austria and Spain. Second round in this duel. Spain now on the left-hand side, Austria on the right-hand side, just as the insert showed it. On list number 1, the repairs on the Polish fighter have been completed. That means on list number 1, the fight can continue. And we're back with Poland versus Japan.
A tu się zaczęło robić bardzo gorąco, bardzo ostra wymiana ciosów. Sądzę, że obydwaj zawodnicy wiedzą, że zostało raptem kilka sekund.
I wszyscy razem! Polska! Polska!
Very cautious fight from both fighters, both Poland and Japan. They're trying not to make any mistakes, not to create any openings. And that's the end of this round. And the fighters head back to their respective corners. Now we wait for the judge's decision on whether there is a winner to be called or not.
Szykujmy się do burzy oklasków. Nieważne jaki będzie werdykt, obie panie zasługują naprawdę na bardzo duże uznanie. Ja nie chciałbym być tym kawałkiem schabowego, którego by w kuchni przygotowywało na kotlet. Obie okładały się niemiłosiernie. Naprawdę wolałbym pozostać jednak poza szrankami, a na pewno nie chciałbym być ich mężem, który zbyt późno wraca z dyskoteki o poranku, bo różnie by to mogło się skończyć. Wiem już, że nie będzie walki dodatkowej rundy. Sędziowie już wiedzą, która z pań przechodzi do następnego.
And I think we're ready to get back to action on both lists now.
Kto by to nie był?
Austria and Spain, ready for round number 3. And I think I can see we still take a little bit of time for Poland versus Japan. We'll stick with Spain and Austria for the moment. And we have a winner between Poland and Japan, and the winner is Poland! Victory for Poland in the 1 versus 1 category. And now we head back to Austria versus Spain, and these two guys are really slugging it out. Hard shots and a very good block from the Austrian fighter there. Doing good defense and trying to create openings. Nice combination. This is one of the closer fights that we've seen today. Two evenly matched fighters, and the ref gets in between them, and that means the end to this round. And we head to the judge's decision whether we'll see another round or not.
każde z tych małych kółeczek przy koczulce jest przenitowane. Tak jak koczulka nitowana jest bardzo ciężka do rozerwania. Tutaj doszło do rozerwania, czyli cios mieczem musiał być naprawdę bardzo potężny. Tak więc zobaczymy jaki będzie wynik tego starcia.
In next fight in the Women's League, please prepare Japan and England. Short break, yeah, because Japan.
The next fight on list number 1 will be the fight for the 3rd place, if I'm correct. Japan versus England.
1 minute, maybe 2 minutes break, 3 minutes break, okay? So the
List number 2, I think the fighters are finished, taking off the helmets.
next battle.
So that means we're heading to the judges' decision.
Uścisk przyjacielski pod koniec
Please
naszego
prepare
starcia.
Quebec.
And we have a winner in this fight, and the winner between Austria and Spain is Austria!
Brawo dla Austrii! Wspaniałe zwycięstwo austriackiego rycerza, proszę Państwa, wielkie brawa dla nich obu, bo to naprawdę był bardzo wyrównany pojedynek. Rewelacja.
List number 1, the preparations are made for England versus Japan.
Proszę Państwa, jeśli chodzi o szranki, w których
Fight. It's the fight for 3rd place.
walkę toczą panie, za mniej więcej 2-3 minuty stoczymy pojedynek o brązowy medal pomiędzy zawodniczką z Anglii i zawodniczką z Japonii.
And now,
Tak naprawdę przerwę pozostawiamy
the
tak
next
naprawdę
pair
na
coming
to,
up
aby
is
Japonka chociaż
Lithuania
troszeczkę
and Spain. So,
troszeczkę.
after a short break for the Spanish Knights to rest, we have Lithuania versus Spain, the next fight.
Około pół minuty rozpoczniemy walkę o trzecie miejsce między zawodniczką z Japonii i Anglii, a potem wielki finał, w której zawodniczka z Quebecu stanie naprzeciwko naszej Agnieszce. Mam nadzieję,
I think the fighters are ready on list number 1. So Japan and England can battle it out for 3rd place for the bronze medal here at the IMCF World Championships 2015 in the women's longsword category. And these two fighters are going to be difficult to keep apart, both wearing white surcoats, both with red. The English fighter wearing a white surcoat with a red cross on it, and the Japanese fighter a white surcoat with a red dot on it.
Te panie nieprzypadkowo znalazły się tak wysoko.
We're ready to go on list number 1. On the left-hand side now, England. On the right-hand side, Japan. Conceivable size advantage for the English fighter, and she does what she's done all day long, coming out very aggressively, trying to take the lead in the fight very, very early. And she's using her size advantage over her Japanese opponent very well, controlling the fight and trying to create an opening for good hard strikes.
I poszło od góry uderzenie. Japonka chwyciła, zblokowała miecz i zdobywa punkt.
Good move by the Japanese fighter, stopping the sword, blocking it, and then returning a strike to the head, returning the favor.
Filigranową przeciwniczkę z Japonii w narożnik, w szranki, ale Japonka wzorem samurajów nie odpuszcza tematu. Wywinęła się.
And that's the end to the first round.
Jak piskosz wręcz wywinęła
Fighters
się
getting back to their respective corners.
I tak dotrwała do przerwy. Przerwa minutowa,
There's a talking to
proszę
from the
państwa.
referee to the
I za
English
chwilę
fighter.
druga runda.
Would have loved to have heard what he said.
A tymczasem już powoli na nasz drugi plac turniejowy schodzą nasi wojownicy z Litwy i zaraz będzie kolejne starcie, tym razem między Litwinem a Hiszpanem.
Proszę Państwa, powoli kończy się przerwa, jeśli chodzi o panie. Zagrzejmy je gorąco, obie niewiasty prezentują naprawdę wysoki poziom, jeśli chodzi o walki rycerskie.
And on list number 2 now, preparing for the next fight, are Spain and Lithuania. They are going to fight for third place in the men's longsword category. Spain versus Lithuania. Here we are again with Japan versus England. And a less cautious start now from the two ladies. And then we see it again, controlling her opponent with her size advantage. English fighter trying to force her Japanese opponent into the corner. But she defends very well, gets back into the ring. And she's able to land good strikes every now and then. Not seeing too many really hard strikes. Now with the pommel, a couple of good hits on the head. And the ref breaks it up, sends them back to the middle of the ring. And here we go again. Not much longer to go. This is the end. This is the end of the round. Fighters back to the respective corners. On list number 2, Spain and Lithuania will be getting ready in a minute for their battle for third place.
I już prawie jesteśmy gotowi.
Here red circled with a yellow stripe on it. Lithuania in the red circle with the yellow glyph on the front. And a very aggressive start to the fight. Both fighters trying to score early, and I think there's a problem with the gauntlet of the Lithuanian fighter.
Trzecia runda, która ma szansę przynieść rozstrzygnięcie, która to spatrzy do swojego domu.
I'm not sure whether he's getting his gauntlet fixed or whether he's putting on a new one. I think he's actually putting on a new gauntlet, and that gives us time to look back at list number 1, where we are now heading in the third round in England versus Japan, a fight for third place in the women's longsword category, as Lithuania versus Spain recommences, and it's turning into a slugfest over there. And here we go with Japan versus England, third round in this duel between the English and the Japanese fighter. And it's been a very, very close contest so far. Not surprised we're heading into the third round here. And don't worry about missing any of the action on list number 2. The fight's just headed into the intermission. And it looks to me like the Japanese fighter is the calmer of the two. He's trying to make her opponent move forward, trying to look for an opening and then get a few good shots in. And she's ended up in the corner again. Unlucky situation for the Japanese fighter, because now her English opponent can just hit her with the pommel of the sword. Not much motion. I think the referee should break this up rather soon, and he does so. And I think it's the end of the round. Yes, it is. End of the round between Japan and England, and just in time for the start of the next round between Lithuania and Spain. We are again with Lithuania and Spain. Lithuania on the left-hand side, Spain on the right-hand side. Getting ready for the next round. And off we go. And we have a decision on list number 1 between Japan and England. We'll deliver that decision in a minute, but we stick with Spain and Lithuania for the moment. What a slugfest. Both fighters trying to connect, both fighters scoring. And the winner on list number 1 is Japan. Third place for Japan. And that means the Japanese take a bronze medal home. And we have an intermission again on list number 2. You can take a look at the winner of the fight for third place. There we see the Japanese giant Yasushi Army celebrating the medal for his home country. And looking back at list number 2, the fight between Spain and Lithuania is still going on. Here we go again. The fight's just started, and we're right back in time. Very, very close fight that we're seeing here between Spain and Lithuania for third place in the longsword competition. And just look at that. Neither of these men looking out for their defense. They want to score, they want to connect. And that's what they're doing. Look at that. How hard is it to be a judge in such a situation when you have to score these fights? Absolutely incredible. And the refs in between. And that's great sportsmanship, congratulating each other for putting on a brilliant show.
Proszę Państwa, zawodniczka z Quebecu, w jakim dobrym nastawieniu. W ogóle po jej ruchach nie widać, że ona walczyła dzisiaj. Uśmiechnięta. Ale oto, co się dzieje, ceremonia.
And it looks to me as though we're not yet finished.
Po japońsku, wielkie brawa.
On list number 2, as we head into the final fight stage in this competition.
Bardzo się cieszę.
Oh, we have a winner on list number 2. We have a winner between Spain and Lithuania. So this fight is done and dealt with. Good sportsmanship. And the winner of this fight is Lithuania. Bronze medal for Lithuania. Congratulations to Lithuania for taking the third place in the longsword competition. And now we're heading into the finals.
Poland and Austria.
On list number 1, we have the finals in the women's longsword competition. The left-hand side now. The fighter from Poland. On the right-hand side, the fighter from Quebec.
These are the fighters for the gold medal.
Are we about to see a home crowd victory?
Between Poland and Austria.
Poland has 2 gold medals on the line in the next 2 fights. Poland versus Quebec, the final in the women's 1 versus 1 longsword category. And here we go. Cautious start from the Polish fighter. Good and aggressive start from her Quebec opponent. She's trying to score early in this fight. Connecting once or twice there. Good defense from the Polish fighter. Trying not to create an opening which her Quebec opponent can use to her advance. Good shots now. And they're up in the clinch. Trying to go for a takedown. She's got a good grip. on her opponent's neck. She's loosening it, trying to go for pommel strikes. Bad situation for the Polish fighter at the start of this fight. I think that first round so far has gone to her opponent from Quebec. In the meanwhile, on the right-hand side list, on list number 2, as this fight heads into the intermission, on the right-hand list, list number 2, Poland is getting ready again. Poland versus Austria. That is the fight for gold in the men's longsword competition.
Emocjonująco się zapowiada cały dzień. Polska wystawi jeszcze swoją drużynę w walkach grupowych, ale już za chwilę druga runda, w której Agnieszka mierzy się ze swoją przeciwniczką. Szykujcie ręce do wielkich oklasków. Już za chwilę tu musi być malborskie piekło. Zróbmy na rozgrzewkę falę, głównie dla Agnieszki. Tamten sektor, prawa, lewa strona. Zaczynajcie ręce do góry.
A tymczasem nasi męscy zawodnicy stwierdzili, że poczekają, aż skończy się finał kobiet.
I jeszcze raz ten sektor! I kto? Polska! Kto? Polska! Na pewno to pomoże Agnieszce wygrać. Już i tak dała z siebie bardzo dużo. Walczy o medal.
And here we go with the second round. Poland versus Quebec. The fight for gold. The fight for the title in the women's longsword competition. Poland now on the right-hand side in red. Quebec on the left-hand side in white and blue. And again, an aggressive start from the Quebec fighter, trying to score early in this round, and she's doing well. Landing a few good shots to the head of her opponent. Will the home crowd now push the Polish fighter to victory, or will it not?
A kilka celnych trafień z drużyny zawodniczki z Quebecu. Ale również Agnieszka odpowiada.
Up against the fence now, she's trying again to get a grip of her opponent and go for a takedown. But good defense. They create space and attack again. 2 good strikes to the head and the third one right after that. And again she's got a grip and she's going for the takedown. No, she doesn't get it. And it's stopped. Fight is stopped. And now we're waiting for the judges' scorecard. And if you're worried about missing anything in the men's final, do not worry. They're waiting on list number 2 for this fight to end.
Co jest wierzchołkiem góry lodowej całego ruchu rycerskiego i w Polsce, i na świecie. Właśnie jesteśmy świadkami już za chwilę werdyktu, bo widzę, że rycerki wychodzą bez hełmu. Proszę Państwa, już za chwilę,
And apparently we have a decision on list number 1. It looks like we have a winner. And a winner in the women's 1 versus 1 category is Quebec! Gold for Quebec!
Ale brawa należą się dla obu zawodniczek, bo naprawdę była niesamowita walka. Musimy nie przyznać.
The winner is Quebec! Ale brawa również dla najlepszej zawodniczki z Polski. Dla Agnieszki podziękujmy. Agnieszce wszyscy. Agnieszka! Agnieszka! I jedziemy wszyscy.
Silver for Poland, gold for Quebec, and bronze has gone to Japan. That's the results in the women's 1 versus 1 longsword competition. And it looks to me as though the men's final was moving up here to list number 1.
I teraz największe brawa dla zwyciężczyni, złota medalistka mistrzostw świata w walkach rycerskich w mieczu długim kobiet, zawodniczka z Quebecu.
And I suppose that is all the more motivation for the Polish 1 versus 1 longsword fighter to win the gold medal now.